Hey family, it's me again, the second part of race and identity. And I just wanted to give you just an example from my own family history, and you can find your family history too and share. Most of the books that I've really written for my family. Many of them haven't bought the book, but that's neither here nor there. I still wrote it with them in mind because we share the same ancestors. I wrote a book not too long ago called Our Mother's Dresses. And really what it is, it's a metaphor about the women in our family and what they went through and the women from whom we descend. And one of the reasons that I really wanted to share this particular book with you is I just finished a video that I shared with you on race and the creation of race. And one of my ancestors, my third great grandmother, her name was Rebecca Thomas Gator. She was actually a white woman from Grant County, West Virginia, and she married my third great grandfather, and they had children together, and she left her family and lived in the colored community. And as I said earlier, it didn't really matter what color you were. If she wanted to be white, she could have been white, but she assumed an identity really of a black woman. Well, upon her death, her family, who was from Dorcas in Grant County, West Virginia, they came and they took her back and they buried her in the cemetery in Dorcas, in their family cemetery. So it just goes to show us that family, love, compassion can triumph many times over racism. Racism is a poison, and we all have been poisoned, but thankfully education, conversations, understanding, time, and yes, reparations, something that can move us in a direction to undo the harm that was done. So in this book, I just wanted to show you a couple of photographs of my own book. We all have them. But I chronicled, of course, my mother, my grandmother, my children, my sister, because we all come from the same lady, Mabel Redmond Gator. But I also wanted to show you within my book some of the relatives that I've met along the way. Like these are my cousins too. And they descend from my mother's brother, Ralph Gator. And they also, some live in West Virginia, and I believe some live in Virginia. And then on my Clay side of the family, I have pictures here of my Clay cousins. And none of them look like me, but we all share a genetic connection. So genetics are created by the Most High. Genetics are real. They're powerful. But that's from God. That's not created by man. So for example, if you know that you have a genetic disorder, and if you would marry and reproduce with someone with that same disorder, it could create chaos in your family and a birth defect among your children. So that's why if it comes from God or from the Most High, that's a protection mechanism. Race is not from God. Race is a creation from man. Here's another book I want you to read. It's called, I hope you can see it, The Iceman's Inheritance. It takes a while to read. It's very difficult. But it talks about racism, inheritance, colonizing the world, and from those people who want to oppress. Again, something that we really need to recognize is the creation of race and why you want to conquer. It's not lost on what we're seeing today with the border walls and what's going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Our culture is very different because in our culture, we create our community. That's where we have love. So it doesn't matter what color someone is. You love their spirit. You love them. you care about them. That's what's important at the end of the day, not the color of your skin. As Dr. Martin Luther King said, it's the content of your character. And yesterday, I wanted to recommend this book, They Came Before the Mayflower, A History of Black America. It really is a good read. It's one of those books I would recommend getting and reading during the summer to create your own power base of information. You go out and have a great day. It's raining outside, but we need the rain just like we need the sun. We need them both. Just like we need all people in this world, regardless of color and culture. Go have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.